How's everybody doing? I'm here with my good friend Mike Pluchino, who has a very inspiring story that I really wanted to share with everybody. Just an amazing story of courage and unselfishness that I think everybody can benefit from. So Mike, thanks for being here today, man.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So Mike actually donated a kidney to his cousin who was in desperate need of it. So do you mind kind of telling us just the background story of how your cousin got to the point of really needing a kidney?
Sure, yeah. So about 5 years ago, he was diagnosed with kidney failure. He didn't break the news to at least extended family until almost a year ago, around Easter time, is when I heard about it. And as soon as I heard about it, I was like, this is crazy. Like, he's the same age as me. I'm really close. He's I consider him like my third brother. Yeah. And what can I do to help?
Yeah. That's pretty amazing. When he needed this transplant, how did the process go of trying to find a donor?
So, first thing, you just fill out a basic questionnaire, your name, age, height, weight, and so my name got picked, and the first test is getting a blood type. So turns out I was a match. We both had the same blood type. Once you go into the next round of testing, they really do extensive blood work, make sure that inside you're really healthy and there's no complications. And if you get to that, if you pass all those tests, then they want to actually bring you in, meet you, you talk to a social worker, make sure you're mentally prepared for surgery, and there's no pressure on you from outside sources such as like friends or family that like, oh, somebody needs to come forward and help him. But no, I told him I felt ready. Like, as soon as I heard about it, I needed to do something. So I had to pass a lot of tests, but it took about 6 months, and then I got word that I was eligible to become a donor.
Now, we know each other from the gym, and we've also played on the same flag football team before, so I know physically you are a beast. But I guess there's a lot more tests that have to go on internally just to make sure that everything matches up. And you were also saying that it's as small of a science as making sure that the arteries that attach to the kidney are big enough to be able to attach to another human being.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, everybody has these arteries, but how they're shaped and their routing to the artery can be a major factor in whether or not you're actually considered to be a donor. As a matter of fact, my mother also went through all these rounds of testing that I did, but once they got some imaging done on her kidneys and her artery paths, they said, this doesn't look like it's going to be a good match. It could cause more complications and risk for you. So unfortunately, you're going to have to be removed from the pool of donors.
So once you found out you were a match, Mike, what was the process like of deciding, now that I actually am a match? Because there's a lot of steps that you might not know. You might say, okay, I'm going to get tested, but then when you really find out that you're a match, now it's really decision time. What was that process like to decide, am I going to go through with this or not?
Yeah, I feel like once a lot of people might talk the talk but don't walk the walk and say, oh yeah, I'll go get tested, but there's a lot of testing and time that goes into this. I think once I got to the point of like, all right, I'm getting the blood work done, I'm really going to do this no matter what.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we've been really close like our whole lives, so it's pretty easy for me to say yes and go through with it, which a lot of people may not believe that, but I guess you won't really know unless, unfortunately, you might have to be in that situation.
That's amazing. Now, with the first time you told me this story, one of my favorite parts was how you actually broke the news to Andy that you were going to be the donor. Do you mind sharing that story?
Sure, yeah. So I found out in early December that I was a match, and if I would choose to be, I could move forward and actually set a surgery date and be his donor. So I took about 2 or 3 days to think about it. I wanted to see what my family thought, even though everybody in my family and close to me was in full support mode of just what I was doing. They thought it was awesome. So I took the weekend, just slept on it a couple nights, really made sure I was ready to go, even though I felt like I'd been ready for months. And then I responded to the doctor and said, hey, this might sound a little weird, but can you keep my name anonymous, but tell Andy that he has a donor. And my plan was to reveal to him at a family Christmas party I thought it would be a great Christmas present for him. Yeah, he loved it. But that I was his donor. So I did that. A couple weeks later, end of December, we had the family Christmas party, and I pulled him aside. I bought him this plush kidney. I put it in a little, box, and I said, "Hey, once you open that, I got something for you." And I think he had an idea of what I was doing. He was acting a little, suspicious, and then he opened the box and he saw the kidney. I wrote him this little note and said, "This is Mike's kidney, insert on, whatever surgery date I had chosen." And he just kind of broke down and cried and gave me a big hug and just like, I can't believe you're doing this. You're crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, no way, man.
I hope he didn't try to talk you out of it. Yeah.
No, he didn't, but he just couldn't believe that I'm doing it. Because it's a big step in decision in anybody's life. But, I'm really happy that I did it. And,
That's awesome.
I'm happy that he's doing really well. Yeah.
Yeah, so then my next question was just going to be, if you don't mind updating us, it's been 2 months, you said, right?
Yeah, about 2 months.
2 months. Can you give us an update not only on your health and condition of your body and also, the kidney that you have left, and then also how's Andy doing?
So as far as I know, both of us are doing really well. I
That's
talk to him every day, every other day, and he just keeps saying how awesome he feels and how much more energy he has. Before surgery, he was sleeping like probably 75% of the day and just couldn't really get through work and life, and it's really tough. And now he says he hasn't felt this good in years. I mean, to hear that is awesome.
Absolutely.
I mean, he 1 week after surgery, his kidney function was back up to 95%. I mean,
that's great.
Just to hear that, and we're just still like limping around
the
house, and he's already at 95%. I mean, that's awesome. Ironically, I'm back then I was only about 50%.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, I had 2 kidneys functioning at 100 or a little better, and you took one away, and then one kidney's like, oh, wait a minute, so I got to pick up the slack here. So no, I don't really notice anything. That's one of the best parts about it. I'm doing great. I was only out of work for 3 weeks. Just really happy that it turned out well for both of us.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now that you have kind of been through this whole donation process, what would you say the one lesson that you learned through this whole thing, or what was the one thing that you took away from this whole process?
So I feel like you're going to get back a lot more than you give away in this process. So many people just who I would never expect or don't talk to that often have come up to me out of the woodworks and just talk to me about my experience and tell me how amazing and grateful they are that they know who I am as a person, and proud of me they are that they know me, and just I'm like, wow, that's so nice of you. No, what you did was so nice. You're inspiring me to do something, like that. And that's what I want, people in this video to kind of, that's the point. I want people to understand, you can do it. You can help somebody if you really want to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Mike, I really just want to take a second to acknowledge you, not only for your courage for going through with this, but just how much admiration I have for someone like yourself who you've always been, a kind guy. I know you from the gym, that's how we met. You're very personal, you're kind. Always the kind of guy, I used to say that you would give the shirt right off your back, but literally you've proved that to be correct and more.
A little more in my shirt.
But just, not only that, but your determination to not only help your cousin, but to get your health, how seriously you take that, and now even more determination to get your body and your mind, everything back right to where it is.
Exactly.
So awesome, man. And thank you for sharing your story. What would you say for somebody watching this video? What would be your one takeaway or your one hope that somebody who is watching this may get after seeing?
Anybody can do this if they really want to. You don't need 2 kidneys to live, and someone else could really use it. And a clean bill of health is something that could help you just stay away from diseases. Obviously not genetic diseases, but help you stay away from any type of disease that you might be in need of an organ donation, but also you could be healthy enough to give an organ. That's one thing you do have to be is a pretty healthy person. So I'm very fortunate for that. Yeah. And, I've had a new outlook on just health, and not that I didn't before, but even more so after going through all this. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Mike, I'm so glad you're doing well. I appreciate you sharing your story. Please give Andy our best.
Will do.
I hope he continues to do well as well.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.